All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Here for the Health of It podcast. I'm Dr. Randy. I'm here with Dr. Tom. As always, thanks for listening. And if you guys haven't given us a review yet, if you would do that, we would really appreciate that. It takes like 8 seconds. You go to the bottom of Spotify or Apple iTunes, you go to the bottom, hit the 5-star, and you're good to go. We see it. We got a couple special guests today. We have the co-founders of Canvas Studio. We have Jesse Driver, Catherine. You're going to have to tell me how to say the last name. McElwain. All right. I have a Canadian accent, so I say things weird anyways. So welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us a little bit about yourselves and maybe introduce yourself first so that if they're listening, they know who's saying what.
Okay. My name is Jesse Driver. I moved to Columbia in 2013 to go to USC. Started doing nails here in town. So
From where?
from Florence, South Carolina.
Florence, okay.
So not too far away. Have been doing nails around here for 10 years. We started Canvas Studio 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And,
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm Catherine McElwain. I was raised in Lexington, and I've been doing nails for 5 years now. And we started Canvas 2 years ago together.
Sweet. How did you guys meet?
I guess 5 years ago, we were working at a nail salon in downtown Columbia. She went from working somewhere in Lexington to coming downtown. I was already working at this nail salon, and we started working together, and we weren't close then.
It wasn't love at first sight.
Yeah,
Oh, you
it was
guys
not
couldn't
love at
stand
first
each
sight.
other.
Yeah, she was my manager.
Yeah, I was one of the managers, so it was a very different relationship.
Well,
And
was Catherine like showing up late?
I mean, both of us
I
were.
was showing up
we
late,
had that habit,
actually.
but-
I did get in trouble for that.
I did too. So I got pregnant and then I left, and then a door opened for both of us kind of separately. It was weird how it happened, and we started working together at a different location, booth renting somewhere else, and then
The rest is history.
yeah.
Sweet. So how does it work in the nail world? Is it kind of like the hair salons where you can there's an overall owner and then there's people that come in and have their own spaces?
I think for us, we run it very differently than most. So typically, you do have a salon owner, and you either have employees or you booth rent.
Yeah.
But for us, what happened was that we were booth renters at another salon, and then we ended up going out on our own due to circumstances. And so now herself, myself, and then her husband co-founded Canvas together.
Nice.
So now it's like we invested in it together. We don't necessarily, we have our esthetician Carla who booth rents through her husband, aka the landlord / co-founder. He's all the roles.
What's his name?
Do you have
Colton, yeah.
do you have
He
any
does,
nicknames
like-
for him?
I mean,
I like
I don't
to-
have any.
I like to call him the landlord.
The
Yeah,
landlord?
we just
Or
joke around, but
he's
he
an
does
attorney.
all the business side of everything.
Yeah.
He keeps us
Nice.
running. If anything goes wrong, we call him.
I say it's Jesse
fixes
Driver's
everything.
lawyer.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
So when you started doing this then, what were some of the things that you found were just not expected?
A lot of things. Like,
Well, just going through, it took a lot longer to open because we basically were giving a month's notice to go out and find a place.
Oh, wow.
mhm.
So we started looking at places at least downtown, all sorts of different places. And then my husband came up with the idea of, what if we just find a commercial property to purchase?
Nice.
And we were able to find that, and we love being in West Columbia, and it worked out. But going through that avenue, having to do, the inspections and everything, I'm sure you guys have had to do
Right.
multiple times.
Oh, yeah. And
That-
1 month is not very long. We took 16 or 18 months to get
Yeah,
this
we
place.
were open by May.
So we had to leave our place by end of April, and then we were open by maybe end of May or so. So it was like probably a
quick.
month to
Yeah.
it was very quick. But it was kind of crazy how things just like fell into place because I feel like it was such a blur. Like we had no eyesight of a property at all.
Yeah.
Right.
And then once we
Everything
found
was
out, it
fell
was
in our
like
lap.
we had to go. You just run. You just keep going.
Yeah.
And for us, it's like we couldn't open soon enough. Like a month, that was too long.
Where'd you guys get equipment and all that stuff in that short amount of time?
A lot of wholesalers sell through Amazon nowadays. So we
No
were able to
kidding.
get all of our equipment through Amazon.
In
We
2
had-
days?
Well, We ordered it as soon as
Just
we
shows
knew.
up the next
yeah,
day.
Yeah. We knew, some of the things we had to order sooner, like
Right.
as soon as possible. Once we had the space, could do the measurements and everything, went ahead and made the orders. But
Are you open to talking about what happened at your other job that you had to leave within a month? I know everybody's thinking it. Everybody wants to
Yeah.
know. You guys are being so elusive
I will
about it.
say, go ahead.
I mean, we won't name any names, but the place that we were at, we thought that we were booth renters. We thought we were going to renew the lease. And unfortunately, the rug got pulled out from under us, and they let us know that they did not want us to renew the lease, which was very unfortunate because we would have found a spot if
Right.
it wasn't for that. And then they wanted us to actually get out of our lease earlier than what it was supposed to be. Oh, sorry. And then it really was not an ideal situation.
Is there still a lot of shade between you guys?
I wouldn't say
Like,
we're
do you-
friends.
I wouldn't say shade, but I think what's done in the dark comes to light.
Like that.
I mean, I think people
Don't get on their
in our-
bad side. I'll
I
tell you
think
guys that.
people
Yeah,
in our
that's good.
industry just don't
It's
like.
a tough industry.
Yeah, like
It's
a lot
small
of
industry too.
and they just don't. Everybody wants to cover up, like when they've been done dirty or things have happened to them. Like I've had a non-compete that I had to start over. So when I started booth renting, I wasn't able to take any of my clients that I had, even if they wanted to see me, because of the salon owner that I worked for. I was an employee at.
Yeah.
And none of them could follow me. And then it turned into I had to hire an attorney and all this other stuff. And so, I mean, like nobody ever wants to talk about the dark, dirty stuff,
And that's all we want to talk about is dirt.
That's why we think that's
This is a great platform. to
That's
do it.
why this is
that's why we
That's
came
right.
here. I'm
I
just
love
kidding.
that. I love that. So, if you guys cross paths just accidentally anywhere, like grocery shopping or the mall or golfing, what do you guys? I don't know what
We
you guys do.
have crossed paths, but it's
Eh,
really
No interactions though, just kind of a little side eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
think we all
avoided. You went
notice
to the
each
other
other
side of the
and-
grocery aisle.
I don't have anything.
Well,
to
it's
say
pretty
to
amazing. So
anybody.
you guys jumped right to Best of Columbia right away.
Yeah, after
right?
our first year of business.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Actually,
I mean, they
our
really
first-
can't say much, whoever they are, at this point, because the track record shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just try to let our work speak for itself, and
Yeah.
people know what they know or don't know what they know, and
Okay.
Tell me about the Best of Columbia stuff. How did that go? And did you go to the parties?
yes, we were
Yeah.
at the party. We went the first year and this past year. It was a lot of fun. But we didn't even know we were nominated the first time that we won.
No
So
kidding.
we found out we were nominated. They contacted us and we put it all out there. Catherine does all the amazing social media stuff. She
Mhm.
put it all out there. And we started asking everyone to vote for us. And we
Sweet.
couldn't believe that we won. I mean, especially for us, it's just, we only have but so many people. Like it's me and her, and we had another girl working with us. So it's 3 nail techs trying to ask for all these people to
Right.
vote for us. And we can only
Right.
have but so many clients.
Yeah.
So the fact that we were able to win was pretty amazing.
Mhm.
How many clients are you guys seeing a day? Like, do you guys track a lot of the statistics, and is it like a high volume type of thing, or is it more you want to spend? Like, give us the timing of that for us that have no idea what goes on in the nail world.
We definitely prefer quality over, quality work over how many clients we can get in and out super quick. For me, I have 2 kids, so daycare drop off, daycare pickup really impacts my work schedule.
Gotcha.
I'm working 9:30 to 3:45, so I can only fit longer appointments, maybe 3 clients, shorter appointments, maybe 5 clients.
3 clients. So how
Mhm.
long?
In 6 hours?
Yeah.
Wow. you guys
So
are
like
spending a
our
long time.
services typically take for like a manicure like an hour and a half
No kidding.
for solid color, like
Mhm.
no design.
Yeah, I have a client that she gets mani-pedi complex design
She's there
on
all
her
day.
nails. She's there 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, what's a good regimen for people like that? Like once a week, once every other week, once a month,
Once a month.
once a
Yeah.
month?
We tell clients like I say always 3 to 4 weeks, because it takes so long because we want the quality of work to last. So a lot of salons, you're going back every 2 weeks, so where you have a chip after a week and stuff like that. So the goal is for us to have longevity. So 3 to 4 weeks. We have had clients go like 8 weeks with their nails on.
Not recommended, but
Not recommended,
can happen.
but it just speaks for our work.
Yeah.
Speaks for it.
I notice people's nails a lot. And even when I go into a business, if I see someone with really bad chip nails and then I see someone with perfect nails, I'll wait and let other people go ahead of me so that I can go to the person with perfect nails, because I always feel like they're going to be more detail oriented and they're going to do a good job. And I'm always like, I would rather just wait and go to the person who I know is going to be detail oriented versus the person who's probably going to screw it up and take a lot of time anyways. But do you find that with people who, you know, show up and they just don't take care of their nails?
Oh, most definitely. Like I personally am a stickler about telling my clients, oil your cuticles at least daily. Do it more times if you can. But yeah,
What does that mean?
Yep. Give us the
like
whole
cuticle
walkthrough.
oil. It's
It's like coconut oil.
kind of, but it's like literally oil, and it comes in a pen or a like a droplet.
And you brush it on?
You put it on your cuticles, and it helps so that way they don't get crusty, or if you have hangnails, stuff like that. So that makes your nails last longer. A lot of clients use their nails as tools. So if you're scratching the sticker or something up,
popping open your Coke can.
Yep, that's me this morning. And dishes, like being in the water a lot, can make it. Or I have had clients that work out, you know, whenever you're. So you got to also be able to have nails that is going to fit to your lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so some of these nails for typewriters, for example, how in the hell are they typewriting with like
Long nails.
long nails? Is there like a way? Is there a training for that, or how do you guys coach through that?
I think you just get used to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we do natural nails, so we don't do.
Oh, you don't add on.
We don't add
Really?
on nails, and that's actually becoming pretty popular in our industry. So a lot of times, those long nails we don't do, but I don't know how they function. I personally cannot do it. But even clients like with my length of nails, if they're typing, they still have like sometimes breakage on their nails just
Right.
because like it's that pressure you're putting on.
What's a normal nail length or the ideal length?
I think we're pretty even right now. Like,
And those are regular nails.
yeah,
Yeah,
these
those
are
are
real
natural
nails.
What do you think the length is on that? Millimeters?
I
5
don't know.
millimeters?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I have clients that have had pretty long nails naturally, but it's just you have to be very careful. Like you probably don't have kids, or you probably don't like do a lot of crazy stuff with your hands.
Yep. And yours are very pointy.
Yes, yeah.
That's by design. Is that a special thing?
This is like what I call like almond kind of shape. I like to make mine a little bit pointier, and then over time they dull out because like I'm always working with my
Yeah.
hands.
How do you is there a special clip for that? Like that's shaped in an almond, or do you have to just slowly trim around it?
Oh, so I mean, you can like carve it out, like you can shape it up with your nail file. So like,
So we're hand filing.
yeah.
You can
for
tell
shape.
we really get our nails done a lot and understand
yeah,
a lot of this stuff.
Do you get your nails done?
I have. I've got manicures before,
Okay.
and I think they put that little clear stuff on it.
Okay, you get a clear coat. That's good.
I think they did that. But
I've done it
that's
once and I didn't understand it. And I think it's because I don't love so my son was maybe 6 weeks old and I had to clip his nails and I went in there and I got the meat.
Oh my God, you cut his coat.
Yes, and he screamed and I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm never doing that again." So even every time I'm getting my nails done or clipped, I think some chunk is going to like how do you guys know that you're not going to snip a little skin? And have you ever done that?
Well,
Cuz
you
that's
never-
traumatizing.
You never know.
You never know. I think with fingernails, it's easier to tell.
Mhm.
I think there has been like maybe earlier in my career,
Yeah.
there was like a time when I was doing a pedicure,
Yeah.
and some people's toenails, like the skin grows-
Overlap a
yeah.
little, yep.
So I got somebody a little bit, but it wasn't like clipping the.
It
finger
was
pad.
not going. I was not going ham like that.
Yeah. See, that's what makes me nervous about getting them done.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what guys should do outside of the clear coat.
I agree.
Clear coat, buff, like shine to a buff, or
Like-
nothing.
So I cut mine yesterday, just for this.
Thank you.
What do you think of those?
I think they look pretty good. They're very short. Maybe did you file them at all?
No.
Okay.
Should I? That's the other thing I think. Like, but I don't like
that
the
one's
feeling.
really uneven, though, right?
Yeah, it's really uneven.
A
And
nail file
sometimes
could help that.
if you cut them too short, though, sometimes, if you think about it, your nail is kind of protecting that skin
Yeah.
underneath. So if you notice your skin,
Yeah,
might
I
get
see the red.
pretty-
Like, look
yeah.
at the red under there.
Yeah.
yeah,
You don't want that exposed.
Yes.
you
Correct.
probably don't. I
Look
mean,
at
it
this
does it
fingernail.
not hurt? Oh,
Did you damage that?
Yeah.
It looks like it's had some damage.
So- Seventh
that
grade
looks pretty
football.
damaged.
Mhm. So it's crazy how you can damage your nail
Yeah.
one time and it's just always going to be like that.
It grows sideways. Like, is that weird? From me jamming this, it's
Mhm.
growing sideways. Do you guys
So
ever see anything like that?
Yeah. I mean, you probably damaged your nail plate and then
Just shifted it.
Mhm.
Interesting.
I see a lot of little bumps. If somebody was really sick, they get a bump across their nail. Have you seen that a lot?
It's crazy how, if people have illnesses or change medication, it can impact their nails.
You can almost tell the health of a person by
Mhm.
looking at their nails.
Mhm.
If somebody has an emergency nail issue, do you guys have a hotline for that? Like,
Well, our clients have our phone number. Our business number is our personal phone number.
oh, nice.
Really?
So sometimes we will
Risky.
get emergency nail texts or messages.
Mhm.
I have never gotten an emergency phone call.
It would be like
Like a
before a
broke-
wedding.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
An
That's what
hour
I'm thinking.
before.
So it is hard because, like, we technically, so I'm booked out, you're booked out till basically January.
What?
So we don't necessarily take walk-ins. So if somebody knew, like, for example, I just messaged a client before I walked in here and somebody asking about my availability, I have we have wait lists for it. So it's not really possible for somebody to be like, hey, can I get
Pop
a,
in, yeah.
yeah. Versus like our regulars, they know to book out. That is definitely a thing. Like,
Is that like an online? You guys have an app or something that they just go
Yeah.
on and they?
We have online booking. We'll book clients, when they're in our chair. But I think emergencies, like regular client emergencies or a stranger.
regular.
Regular.
Let's go
yeah.
regular.
I think we will try our best,
Mhm.
to fit them in.
Yeah.
and we have a
Um,
policy too. Like,
Yeah.
Our repair policy, I think, is like 3 days or so. So, if something happens within those days, for sure we're going to get you back in. And
Gotcha.
we're always going to try to work with their schedules. But I know for me, like, I work 5 days a week and I'm booked all day back to back. Like, sometimes we don't eat lunch. So literally, if you can look at our schedule, I'm like, if you can find a spot, but half the time you can't.
Yeah. And then what kind of protection do you guys use? Do you guys do glasses? Do you guys wear masks? You do all that stuff?
We wear a face mask. We requested clients wear face masks for a long time during COVID, especially, and it took a while for us to drop that. But we produce a lot of nail dust when we're doing our work, and there's a lot of chemical exposure. So
Right.
we always wear face masks.
I was wondering like if toenails and stuff are flinging at you. Or,
They can.
Oh,
Oh, getting in your eye and mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I it's hard to wear. I don't wear glasses, but I have before, and it's always falling off my face because we're constantly looking down. So I don't wear eye protection. I think they suggest that,
yeah.
but I don't,
Right.
you rarely see it.
Who would be your celebrity crushes? If you could do anybody's nails, one male, one female, who would it be?
No, I'm not a big. I don't listen to a lot of Harry Styles music,
Mhm.
but I do know he gets his nails done.
Yep.
So Harry Styles would be pretty cool for.
Would he see a clear coat guy?
I think he
No,
does like black
he's
polish
black.
and like
He's a
Nail
polish
different
guy.
stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which I think, is that becoming more cool? Guys doing polish?
Yeah, I do see it more often.
Really?
My husband doesn't wear polish, but I do see other guys wearing polish.
Yeah.
He does clear coat though.
He does we just keep him natural.
Nothing. Almond? Has he ever done an almond shape?
No.
No.
We probably won't do that.
Okay.
For female celebrity crush, I think there have been a couple of times Blake Lively has done some cool stuff that got trendy, so maybe her.
I mean, I'm just there to be there in the presence of a celebrity personally.
like any of them.
So, I mean, anybody I would take.
Nice.
Mark Wahlberg.
Well, I'm not really good at names, so I
Oh.
don't know that.
Do you like muscles? Like, do you like bigger
Let's
guys?
get your
or-
ideal. We'll get your ideal body type, and then we'll tell you who.
I can't even think of.
What does he look like? Does somebody have a photo?
I mean, he's jacked.
We'll pull one up on the screen.
Yeah, just a stud.
He was in the movie Ted. The teddy bear movie?
Yeah,
I've
looks.
seen
People tell
that.
me that I look like him.
No. Nobody does.
Oh no!
Oh,
I don't
her.
think. I mean, I think I would definitely do his nails, but definitely not an attraction.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
That's
Good
not my
answer.
type at all.
So you're not into muscular, handsome men.
I'm into dark men because my husband is black.
Nice.
So
Nice.
very, very rarely will you catch me thinking that a Mark
Nice.
Wahlberg is cute.
Mhm. All right.
Great. And then how'd you meet your husband?
We met because we knew of each other. We went to like the same high school. And
Wait, what did he
he
dress
was
up?
50 Cent.
He was
at
50
the
No,
time.
no.
Yeah.
Wait.
I was thinking
Seriously?
Yes.
because Jocelyn was right there. They
Yes.
were with.
We
Yes.
hung
Yeah,
out
we
with
went. Yeah,
Jocelyn.
we went.
He
Jocelyn.
insisted on getting a picture with your husband.
I
He
did.
never
Did he
met
never?
him in
What
his
did you
life.
guys dress up as?
I was supposed to be Bruce Springsteen, but my wife went as Barbie, and then people
Oh,
thought
yeah.
I was Ken.
Yeah, because
I
I
had the
think
color
yeah,
shoes.
she did look like Barbie.
Because you took a picture, I think, with Eric.
Yes.
With
Oh,
50
I
Cent.
stalked
But
him.
and who were you dressed as?
So we were from the Dirty Dancing.
Oh,
Oh, you had the longer
that is
wig.
my
Okay, so you're
favorite
Patrick Swayze. Okay,
movie. Okay.
That's your favorite movie?
We gotta find
Really?
the picture.
Now I,
mean,
would go for a Patrick Swayze.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we have a picture of you of.
Now,
a
how
picture.
uncomfortable,
I know.
Catherine? How uncomfortable did you feel that a male came over to your husband and insisted on a photo with him? Was there any? Were you proud of him? Were you
I was
like,
very
this is?
proud of my husband that
Yeah.
night.
I mean, he looked good.
is so good at getting into character, and so like there was somebody there that was dressed like the
Pitbull.
Pitbull, yes, and he
Yes.
was like they took a photo
Pitbull we
together.
love.
Pitbull
This-
was good.
So that's your husband.
Yep.
Wow.
He doesn't look like that on a daily, but yes.
Brett, I just texted it to you. Can you throw it up?
weren't even ready for that. That's amazing.
I told my wife, I'm like, this is going to be awkward, but I'm going to get a picture with him right now.
People were asking him left and right for pictures.
Yeah,
Really?
he
Oh,
ate that up.
yeah.
It was so good. Yeah, Pitbull was really good. 50 Cent
Okay,
was
I
really
see
good.
the Patrick Swayze.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right, I see.
Yep. Now, let's go back to toenails for a second, because my grandma's were disgusting.
Oh, mine are too. My grandma's terrible.
Yours?
Oh,
Your grandma's or yours?
no, my grandma.
I can't imagine yours being that great either.
They're,
Are they pretty good?
I mean, no.
So do you get pedicures?
My wife, like whenever it hits the point where my wife says to me, "Your feet are so gross that you have to go get a pedicure," then I go do it. And now my two daughters, they're 9 and 6, always want to go on dates where I take them to get pedicures and manicures. So usually I sit in there and do it too.
So what do you do with a toe like that? Like
Oh,
like what's the grossest toe that walked into you? And what do you even do? Where do you start?
I mean, I've
You don't-
had some working when we first started. I feel like in a walk-in salon because we both worked at walk-in salons.
Yeah.
You really do get any type of
You get anything.
yeah. Whereas like today, we have some really good feet compared to probably what we
Right.
would have had. But what did you do with those busted feet?
You just
Like I've seen like those
Yeah.
automated
So
grinders.
some people really do need to go to a podiatrist.
Like an
And
electric-
Sometimes we just have to recommend them
Really?
to see a medical doctor
Like,
because
get
there's only
treated.
so much I can do. And I always say the more years you put on your feet, the more it shows. Because I mean, I have an older client. I'm not gonna name any names, but she's 94 years old.
Dang,
wow.
that does
She still
limit it
gets her
down
feet
though.
done.
But she keeps up with her nails.
Yeah.
She keeps up with her pedicures, and you just gotta. And then you have to be very careful because a lot of times they're diabetic or they have thin skin, and
It does change with age too.
It
Like
does,
you're
yeah.
saying, like your grandma's, like
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Typically,
think about it,
yeah.
you're like if you run or something, your
Yes.
shoes like will damage your toenails if you're not wearing the correct size
Mhm.
shoe.
Yeah, runners' feet are real bad too.
Mhm.
Like missing toenails and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh.
but can you just put a slab of paint on it?
No,
Well,
I mean,
So for my older client,
Yeah, what-
she had to get one of her big toenails removed, so it's just skin.
Oh.
So I'll paint a little.
yeah,
So
like
you
a
paint over
regular
the
polish.
you paint over the
Yeah.
skin.
Mhm. Just to, it lasts maybe a week.
Yeah.
What about size of feet? Are there some people who you think that they're just gonna have normal feet and they're massive or small?
Oh no, you can tell. Like you get some big fingers and some big feet. And
Well, I think we also see them typically.
What do
We
you
see them
do?
take their shoes off too.
well,
Do you charge them extra if they're way too
no,
big?
You weigh
no.
their foot.
I wrap my hair up in a knot and we
Yeah.
just get to
Go
scrub
I
to
it.
always put my hair up before I do a
Yeah.
pedicure.
When did you guys know you like touching feet? Like, do you guys personally like your feet and hands touched all that time? Like, I can't even.
I don't really care about my feet
Yeah,
being
no,
touched.
I don't have a foot fetish or anything
No.
like that.
See, because that's what I think the whispers are about the industry. That most salon, what are you guys called?
nail
artists.
technicians, nail
Yeah,
artists.
nail
Artists.
artists.
They're into the like foot fetish stuff.
No, I'm not into.
I mean, I will do pedicures, but I love doing manicures.
Like
Um,
hand stuff. Yeah.
hand
And some
stuff.
nail artists, like, so because we're so, like, we're not your typical walk-in salon. So a lot of people that do nails like how we do it, they don't even do pedicures. So I feel like our clients like that we give that option.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just like the maintenance and the relaxation
Sure.
that we can give to clients.
How often are you guys getting your nails done? And do you do them yourself?
We just did our nails actually for your podcast.
Yeah.
For you.
Like
sure
you
have
do
them.
each other's, or you just do your own?
We do our own.
So you can do both hands.
Mhm.
That's got to be
Takes
tough.
longer.
Well, and yours has layers to it. There's a
Yeah,
what
so this is
what
called
that?
3D nail art.
Okay.
And so, like, you can feel it. It's textured.
Mhm.
So that's what we did.
And what is it? Just you just drip it on there?
Yeah, it's like with a brush, and you just kind of brush it on, and then that light, you just put it in there and cure it. So we do a lot of nail art at our nail salon, and I think that's like what we're probably really known for, like,
Mhm.
is that we do nail art.
And so the fall, I see that your colors are kind of fallish.
Fall vibes,
all
yeah.
fall. Yeah. So walk me through what the color schemes should be at different times of the year.
Yeah. Are there any trends?
Right
What's trending?
now,
Yeah, right now, definitely just fall colors, browns.
Like white would be just a bad decision.
I am not a fan of white.
Yes.
Ever.
When our clients come in asking for it, I will normally try to be like decline
Soft
it.
white or like an oat milk color.
Yeah.
But for fall, we definitely go into the more like warmer tones of a version of white.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever, based on like color of nails or shape of nails, like judge people? Like not judge them in the sense that like,
Mhm.
but like, oh, that person probably works at a pharmacy, or
Yeah.
that person's an accountant.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of people with like short nails
Yeah.
or like nurses or something.
Mhm.
Yep.
People with long nails. I feel like a lot of people are like hairstylists and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yes.
Have
And
long nails?
That's a good
Yeah.
hair washing
Yep.
moment
Yeah.
too.
There's a lot of memes about too, like if you do almond or square, or
Yeah.
like what it says about you as a person.
Yeah.
That would be fun if you had a brand new person to predict what they were going to ask for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
What do you think Tom would ask for if you got a color or a design or anything? He was going to get polished. What would he do?
I can see him going for like a blue.
Mhm.
Like a light blue.
Mhm.
Sky blue?
And I think he would be okay doing just one finger.
Oh.
And keep
Which-
it.
Very simple.
Which
Yep.
one? Which finger do you think you go with?
I'm gonna go for that.
The funky one.
Yeah,
No.
that ring finger.
This
I
guy.
think the other one.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
That would probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were for sure gonna go this. It's got a weird. This has something weird there going.
Well,
on.
we
I
don't want
know
to
what
bring
that is.
attention, to.
Is all this white crap here? Is that where I should be putting that lotion or
Cuticle
oil?
oil? Yes.
And
That's
that's
what
what
it
you
is?
should get a manicure
That would
for.
be the
And should you be
So you
pushing?
just clean that out.
Well, you're supposed to push your cuticles down, right?
Yeah.
Daily.
No, you don't need to push it daily. I mean, I definitely think you should go with your wives to the nail salon.
Yeah, we need.
They would
some.
definitely appreciate if you get a pedicure because, I mean, think about if your wife got into bed with crusty feet.
Mhm.
Oh God.
Wouldn't you not like that? Like, you don't want her to have crusty feet. Why does
Definitely
your wife
not.
want you to have
Just
crusty
snagging-
feet?
snagging
We have
on
a
the
double
sheets.
standard.
Yeah, it's not
It's
fair.
true. I got a thing for you guys to look at now too. Did you guys know, like, if you have a guy hold up their hand, if their ring finger isn't longer than their index finger, their testosterone's low.
What?
You never heard of that?
I didn't know that. Let me
Let's
see
see.
yours. Okay, if your ring
Scott,
finger
you
is
have to-
lower than.
Then your index finger.
Yeah. So my
Brett's-
testosterone's through
Yeah,
the
Brett's.
roof.
Let's see his. Oh.
It's longer.
Yeah.
You got to start looking for that, because then you guys could send them off just like you would send somebody to the podiatrist. You send them
Yeah.
like a hormone doctor.
Endocrinologist.
Look it up.
So as far as like designs, walk us through what the options are when somebody walks in and like you mentioned a couple different styles. I want to hear all the different styles you guys offer, but then design stuff that's out there in the nail world.
So first off, we always want clients to book for the accurate amount of time because if we don't have the time, we probably can't do it. So I know I do simple and complex nail art.
2 options. I want a simple or I want a complex.
And what's the differentiator in there so people know?
So simple would be
One color.
one color or like 2 different nails, 2 to 4
Like
nails.
this is simple.
Yeah.
That simple?
That's
You have
still
nail
simple?
art. You have 3D nail art on it.
Yeah,
and
but it's
4
like a
different
symbol.
colors.
So you would
Okay.
call that simple if
But
somebody
that
wanted
seems
that.
very
and then this
complex.
is complex.
Complex
All
because she has all
10,
10.
all different
Oh,
designs.
What?
And then for,
that is nice.
Thank you.
How do you even do that? What
so
do you do?
this was a different technique. We're trying to get into more stamping plates. So I didn't have to hand paint this, but stamping plates honestly can be just as hard sometimes as hand painting.
Really?
But both of us try to do a good job of keeping up with the trends, especially on Instagram. You know, we're all constantly buying new products to test things out, new colors. That is that 3D gel is a specific product that does that. And then that's chrome on top. She has a matte coat on there, is like all the different things. So we're actually really excited. We are getting a storage option shipped to us today,
Sweet.
so we can have much more space for all the nail art.
Would you guys consider yourself Picasso of nails?
Working on it.
I mean,
Sometimes. I mean, I love to hand paint nail art. Like a lot of my clients love Halloween nails. So,
Like a
Like-
pumpkin or a ghost or something.
or we've done like Nightmare Before Christmas nails, stuff like that. Like,
I saw your St.
Oh.
Patrick's Day one. That was
Mhm.
cool.
Or I've done like some snow globe type nails. So I mean, on a good day, I feel like a Picasso.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But
What's the most complex nail that you guys have done, would you say? Or maybe your favorite piece that you've ever done?
so I love abstract nail art.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. Most complex for me is drawing like actual, I don't know, like characters or stars
Yeah.
and stuff. Anything that has to be like pretty
Detailed.
detailed.
And that
It's not
small,
my
too.
favorite. Yeah.
Isn't it? Do you guys do like where you print it and then just paste it on there? Or is that a thing?
no. I mean, I
I
think
think there's
you can-
computer printers or like nail machines, but we've never.
You've never done that?
I think I know for me, I pride myself on being hand painted. So like that's where we balance out. She likes abstract. I like fine details. So I love to draw a star, stuff like
Gotcha.
that. So we pride ourselves on being hand painted, which is why like the stamping technique is not necessarily hand painted. And so it's definitely just as difficult, but it's
Yeah. What do you guys talk a lot when you're doing nails to the clients?
Oh, all the
Yeah.
time.
Do
That's
you?
the
That's
tea
how you
time.
guys get the yeah.
That's the tea time.
What do you have like a list of go-to questions that you're like, all right, I got to make sure I run them through?
For new clients, yes, it's like, oh, you know, how'd you hear about us? What do you do? Do you have any kids? Where are you from? All that stuff. But we're almost always with regular clients, so it's just a continuation of whatever we talked about last time.
Yeah.
Is there any creeps that come in?
Like if Randy walked in, that's a red flag.
Well, if
what,
Randy,
what kind of questions do you do to weed me out?
if Randy walked in, then I would be like, "Sorry, we are appointment only. We are not taking your clients."
Or
You can book never.
So yeah, I mean,
There was one time. Should I tell the story?
what?
The barber.
Yep.
Yeah, you did have
Oh
a
yeah.
barber. You had one.
Say it
time.
right in the mic too, so,
So
everybody
there
can
was
hear
one
it.
time we got an email from a man, and he said he just wanted to book a pedicure, and he wanted his feet rubbed for a really long time,
Like 2 hours.
like a really long time.
Like you pay, or go ahead.
Yeah, and he would pay extra for it and everything. I'm like, so we just ignored it, didn't respond to it, anything. So we found out that he knew he knew Carla's husband.
Mhm.
So we're like, oh, well, if he's a normal guy, then yeah, we'll reach out to him. Maybe he just wants a pedicure and wants to relax. And he just worded it differently. So he came in, he ended up being a really nice guy. But that email
Was
seemed,
definitely
Like,
nice.
little
yeah.
How long?
suspicious.
And how long did you rub his feet for?
I mean,
You didn't rub it any extra.
yeah, I think I just suggested he get our more spa-like pedicure, that includes the hot mask and scrubs and everything. So-
Gotcha. Where do you learn? Where does one learn how to do this stuff? Like, is this like tattoo artistry where you kind of like get in the industry and you learn from like as an apprentice?
So you have to get licensed.
Oh, you
so we
do?
do have to go to school, kind of like a hairstylist or anything.
Oh,
So
alright,
I have
nice.
I have my cosmetology license, and she has
I'm
her
a
nail
licensed
tech
nail
license.
technician.
Gotcha.
And then we definitely, as far as like techniques or the process of doing stuff, we go into like being in a nail salon like helps a lot. So we started from the bottom up by working at a walk-in salon. You grew up in a salon.
Yeah, I grew up in a salon, so I've watched, my family members ever since I was little do different things. So I was able to learn a lot that way. But I mean, things are constantly changing with the trends as far as nail art goes, and even different products. Like we do builder gel, and I wasn't offering that service. I've never done that sort of service, 4 years ago. So a lot of what we do is self-taught. We do a lot of education, and I mean, we even learn from each other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Builder gel?
Builder gel, yeah. So that's what we're able to use to keep our nails at our natural length and nice and strong. So it's thicker than like a typical gel polish.
Now,
Oh.
are those like because those are kind of like puffed up,
Yeah,
right?
so they're just a little bit.
So they have like structure to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's also known as structure gel. So like, you're probably used to the term acrylic.
Yep.
Or something like that. So acrylic's probably more, builder gel is more modern day today. So a lot of clients are wanting to go natural, or there you go. You can't actually see
yeah.
it gives you
Yeah,
an
there it is.
apex, so it gives you structure. So that way, whenever you're using your fingers, your nails won't bend or break or anything like that.
Yeah. Are there any icks in the nail world? Like if you guys see a nail artist doing something, you're like, ugh.
I think sanitation wise.
Yeah. Sanitation.
Yeah, like what should we look for if we were to walk into a place or we want to, get our nails done? What are good questions or things that the consumer should look for to be like, oh, this is a good place, they're doing things right?
Well, you want anything that's disposable, typically not a stainless steel implement. You want that to be thrown away with each client. So if they're
A wooden stick, a
wooden
buffer.
stick, a buffer, nail file.
You don't want that stuff.
You want them to throw it away
Oh.
or have it come out of like
Like a
you
fresh.
want to
Tell
see
that it's
them.
fresh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You want to see. So
you
like
don't want to see nail filing marks on a nail file
Right.
when they're first starting to use it on you.
So wait, how many you guys go for? It's a fresh nail file for every person.
So I use a wooden orange stick, they call that. I use a orange buffer and then our nail file. And there are nail files that can be sanitized and reused, but it's a metal file you'll be able to tell versus the normal file that you'll throw away. It looks like sandpaper, kind of.
Okay.
So there's almond shape. I'm kind of stuck on almond shape because I've never heard of this before.
Yeah,
Is
so
there like a
there's
Cash-
almonds,
squared
cashew?
there's
What other kind of
coffin,
nuts?
Coffin.
Coffin?
Mhm, so
That's
it's-
really pointy.
Nope, it's
Oh,
it's
square.
square. If you think about
Oh.
like how a coffin
Oh, I
looks.
see.
And
But
there's
tapered in.
stiletto.
Mhm.
I call oval, like right there.
What's
Yeah,
this?
there you go.
Oh, there we are.
There's oval.
You guys do all those?
I've never done the bottom row.
Yes, I've never done the bottom row. Some people call
Lipstick.
flare. Some people call flare duck nails, which I've never gotten into.
that looks ridiculous.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that could be a weapon.
And I think I'm into rounded the most.
I'm into stiletto.
Okay.
Okay, the
Or
stiletto.
square. I like this one too, I guess.
Okay, you like a square round.
Mhm. So a lot of the first row, and then I do a lot of almond on the second row.
Is that what ballerinas usually get? That ballerina one? Or is
I've
that
never
just
had a client that's a ballerina.
Oh.
Oh, the shape.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of that. I feel like I do a lot more of the rounded and almond and oval.
Yeah.
How much white should we keep at the top? Like I have 0 white.
I'll say for men, maybe a millimeter or two, just a little bit.
So I should file these probably.
Like that.
That's an
Yeah.
appropriate amount.
Yeah, you definitely should file them. They're like looking like those mountains.
Yeah. He's got some gross
I need a
hands.
mountain.
You got sausage digits over here. What about? Let me see here. I got a good one here. Stickers. So, do you guys do anything with stickers, or recommend people at home to do stickers until they get good growth for you guys?
Oh, like press on nails.
Yeah, or
Like where they put it
I've
on
seen them like
Just-
just polish. Like it's
yeah,
actually
not
like
a
a
nail.
polish.
So I feel like that's not really going to do anything for, making your nails longer, healthier, or anything like that. It's just kind of a quick thing to be able to do yourself. Maybe not quick for some people, but it's not going to help you with your nail journey, so to speak.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I personally don't feel, a lot of times when people do it, they don't take it off correctly, and then your nail is damaged afterwards.
Right.
So like you're ripping up your natural nail. I've had to take off it before, and it's very difficult. But I guess if you want to do your nails at home, then go ahead. You get what you pay for.
Right. Well, are there any tools for the home user that they should? I mean, all I have are clippers.
Mhm.
I don't even have
that
a
are
file.
10 years old.
Yeah, they're and the size. Does the size matter? Sounds weird.
I mean, I like bigger clippers.
You would say that.
That way you can, it's just easier to
It's
hold in your
easier.
hand.
You
Yeah.
can
What is?
get the right pressure to clip your nail. Your clippers are probably very dull.
Yeah.
So
Gotta be.
so a fresh set would probably be a little easier.
Because you can't really people don't sharp. I wouldn't take them in and be like, hey, sharpen my.
You can
Oh,
get
you
them
can.
sharpened, but a lot of, it's more so professionals to get
Right.
it sharpened. I just recommend you to buy a new set.
And
or-
get a manicure.
Yeah, you don't have to get.
Well, we can't even get in. It's going to be 2
Right.
months, and my nail.
6 months from
what
now.
do I do? Yeah, I guess when it comes to the tools at home, I have a file. I think maybe. I mean, I don't even know where it would be, but I can just continue reusing the same file, right?
No,
What about the file that comes with the metal one that comes with the nail thing?
you can use that, but it's gonna dull down. Eventually, it's gonna dull out. So you're gonna be
should have brought
working
you guys some.
nail
Some
file.
Equipment.
stuff.
I don't
Yeah.
know even where to buy this. Where would I buy clippers?
You really could buy it at
Target.
Walmart,
Drug
Target,
stores,
yeah.
Walmart, Target,
Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
There's not like a nice brand.
I don't think it's necessary for at home. I
Mhm.
mean, I think middle tier would be fine enough. You wouldn't want to, maybe not the dollar store, but Sally Hansen probably would be fine for
Yeah.
home.
Mhm.
Give us your whole process. So you said that there's simple and complex. It's kind of the main world for both pedicure and manicure,
So that's for nail art.
nail art.
For manicures and pedicures, we have our Just the Basics manicure, which is
Oh, do you do that one too?
I do gel polish still.
Oh, I don't do
Well,
that.
you talk through yours because yours is
You talk
much more
through yours.
extreme. Okay. So I guess for pedicures, it'll be easier to explain.
Yeah.
So we have Just the Basics pedicures, which you come in, you soak your feet. We're gonna remove your old polish, trim your toenails, push back your cuticles, trim your cuticles and the dead skin, and we'll scrub the calluses,
Yeah.
massage, hot towels, polish again. Our Feeling Myself pedicure would include all of those things plus essential oils, a sugar scrub,
Moisture mask.
moisture mask, and hot
That's all.
towels, and
Just
typically a
fluffing
longer
it up a little
massage,
bit. Yeah. And then for nails, I feel like we are trying to gear towards dry manicure, or I specialize in a technique called Russian manicure.
Yep.
So it is done with the e-file, and we exfoliate your cuticles, and we do a detailed nail cuticle clipping of your cuticles, and then we apply your product and your color or your nail art, and then
Yeah. Do you guys prefer people coming in like dirty?
I
No.
prefer clients coming in not dirty, but so I have clients that will use the nippers at home, those things that look like scissors.
Yeah,
Do y'all
yeah,
have that?
yeah, I've seen those.
So you're not supposed to have those. You probably shouldn't.
I don't know what those are.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend you guys to have
Yeah,
this.
don't go buy
They're
that.
in like kits.
Yeah, it comes in the kit, so
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
use that in the kit. So a lot of clients will do it at home
Get a
because
little
it
too
bugs
aggressive
them.
with it.
Yes,
Right.
and then it makes it harder for my job because your skin is going to be raw, and you're not able to actually
Right.
do the work that needs to be done. Whereas if you come in with a little bit of crust, then you can.
Yeah.
There's more for me to work with.
right.
But we can tell though, like you should still oil your cuticles because I can tell if you oiled them or not. Because if you don't, then sometimes dry cuticles are more sensitive. People don't realize that either.
So what else should we do for nail health at home? Like,
But
so-
I love taking vitamins for my nails. Like I overdose on it.
Do you? Nice. What do you take? Biotin?
Yeah, biotin or anything that says for skin and hair and nails.
Collagen.
Yeah, collagen's good. You should oil them. I mean, I do tell my clients to wear gloves or to tell their husbands they can't clean or anything when they get home after they do that. Yeah.
For the entire
Oh, they
month.
can't. I
Yeah.
see what you're doing
Preferably.
here. That's not
Mhm.
true though. Is that a
That's
myth?
very true.
Oh,
You-
I mean, washing
yeah.
dishes, folding
Ye-
laundry,
yeah.
all those things. It
How
can
many
im-
days? How long?
I give it probably
2 months.
at least, yeah.
Have my nails done.
If you want to
Can't-
be on your wife's good side, give it a good couple months.
We have to protect that investment.
That's
Yeah.
great. What's the hardest design that you guys have ever done?
One time I had to do like Day of the Dead nails, and that was definitely really hard
Yeah, she
because
did-
it was some shading with it.
She did a skull with shading in it. It was
Wow.
really
That was
cool.
probably really hard. Recently, my client sprung on me some Disney princess nails, and like I had a frog in my throat whenever I was like, "Are we? Am I going to tell her I can do this, or am I
They
just
look
going to
so good though.
BS my way through it?" And that's what I did, and she liked it.
Nice.
I think for me, anything that I'm working a design around a topic that I don't know much about, such as what was really popular was Taylor Swift nails.
Oh, yeah.
you
So
did have
people
to
were
do that.
doing, each nail represented a different album or
That
something.
was a lot.
I hear Taylor Swift on the radio, but I'm
Yeah.
not a Swiftie. So that was a little difficult for me.
What kind of tunes do you like to listen to?
In our salon, we have explicit. Because if you turn the explicit on, then you or off or whatever, there's like no music on the
Yeah,
radio.
the playlist
Really?
gets so short if you turn
Yeah.
explicit.
So
off.
a
So
lot
there's
of-
just swear words. Just
a lot of 90s,
Honestly,
throwback.
sometimes it can accidentally, but depending on the client, we might skip it.
people
we might
like
not.
it. I think people want to hear
Just
that.
we call our studio a safe space, so all types are welcome of music. We like a lot of R&B,
throwbacks.
throwback, chill hits.
Yeah.
Spotify has a lot of good
Mhm.
stations.
50 Cent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
50 Cent. Yes,
Yeah.
you
Do you
will.
listen
Definitely
to-
comes back on the
Yeah.
throwbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys paint on canvas?
No.
No.
Really? Isn't that like punny? Or
Some nail artists
ironic,
do.
maybe?
Some nail artists, like I've seen, like will paint a whole wall
Yeah.
or stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So nails are my canvas, but painting on canvas is just so different because what we use, we paint it on and we cure it in the light and then it's dry. So we can do the next layer, do the next layer. On canvas, I find it so difficult because you have to, the technique of painting with wet paint or having to let it dry is
Yeah.
hard for
And
me.
it's way bigger.
Yeah.
I want a tiny canvas. I don't want a huge. I wouldn't know what to do.
I've
with
tried
that.
it.
Well, nowadays you could buy an 8-foot canvas and put a little speck in the middle, like a nail, and throw that on the wall, and people would
Mhm.
think it's amazing. art.
Yeah.
How about your health? Do you guys ever get like, you always hear about because of the fumes, headaches and migraines and weird stuff, like just hunched over people all day? Like what are you guys doing for your health?
I think wearing masks really helps with that because we're a natural nail salon. That
Yeah.
really helps with not having as much chemicals.
Nice.
In our
What is
studio.
Can you tell us the
So
difference
natural
between
nail,
natural
so-
and unnatural?
I guess.
Natural nails is your nails, what you have. So what you come in with is what we're working with.
I see.
Right.
Whereas unnatural is like adding
Plastic,
a tip or like extending making your nails longer. We don't do that.
Got it.
And then there's other products like acrylic and the monomer that you would use it with acrylic. It's very
That-
strong.
Yeah, that typical nail salon smell
Mhm.
that you smell when you walk in, we don't have that smell. So I think that helps our health because we don't do that. It seems like too, even nail artists that do acrylic are trying to transition into like a builder gel or something like that because it doesn't smell as strong.
And we use dust collectors to suck up all that dust whenever we're removing old product. And I think that helps a lot. Health wise, I mean, I like to get massages. I do go to a chiropractor.
Sweet.
I started doing that when I was pregnant with my second child, and that helps a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you any like bicep curls or anything like that?
I
I
like to
don't.
work out, so I go to the gym, but sometimes I've learned though because of what I do, it's like sometimes I won't go to the gym because it's just a
'Cause,
lot on
yeah.
your body, like your neck and stuff
Right.
like that.
Yeah. On
Where-
the rare occasions that I have worked out, working that next day or the next couple of days is killer for me.
Mhm.
Like doing a pedicure or like, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
my
Right.
arms are jello.
Do you go to Studio Fire?
No,
Oh,
I don't, but
where-
I have seen them.
where
We
do you
love,
go?
we love all of them over there.
Yeah,
They're
that's what
really
I've been-
really awesome.
Where do you go work out?
I work out by myself. I just go to the gym around my house.
Corner? Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd love to see extras of you guys because I can't imagine what the skeletal spine looks like of a nail artist. just the position.
I have
Hunched over
terrible
all day
posture,
long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a dentist. Like dentists are
Mhm.
in the same world. Hairstylists, they're kind of in the same world.
And
That'd
we're
be
sitting a lot too. I found that like my knees, I don't know if that's a thing.
do you
and
go?
might know.
Do you? Yeah. Are you on the knees?
No, but like I bend them a lot
Oh.
because of like, and we're so short, so it's
Yes,
very
so
rare
we're
we touch
constantly,
the
like,
ground.
Extending our foot to
Oh, I
like
gotcha.
tiptoeing while we're working
Yeah.
all day.
Now, when you guys are okay, we're just jumping around here. When you guys opened the business, what were some of the biggest costs? And like if somebody was thinking about doing this, what kind of advice do you guys have for them?
I feel like people don't realize the like. So where we booth rented before, we did not have. We had tubs that you would pick up and put water in it with the sink instead of like a typical
carry
pedicure.
it?
Yes.
Carry it.
Oh my gosh.
And then you would have to pour it back out. So like those were the expensive things. Was
Mhm.
it's the accessibility of just being able to turn the water on right there.
Right.
And HVAC system was that was because of where our location.
Yeah, the inspections and regulations. I think cost wise, yeah, equipment. We had to do renovations to the building that we purchased.
parking.
Parking, the
We had a
parking
big
lot.
tree in the middle of our
Yeah.
parking lot, and we literally had to pay to get that taken down for more parking.
Unfortunately, yeah, we had it removed on Earth Day.
Oh, yeah.
So-
that
No
was-
way.
Yeah, it was quite
But
an
we were trying to open
ironic-
quick, and that was the day they could go. So creating parking for the clients, and a year later, I think we repaved the whole thing, trying to make it more accessible. Draw paint lines in our parking lot because we didn't have lines before. So whoever the first client was, the way they parked impacted how everyone else parked. So once we got the lines, it made things a lot easier.
We just now are starting, like, it's little things
Yeah.
too to make it. I mean, we did a lot of the grunt of the work, like we painted ourselves in
Yeah.
the studio. Anything that we could do, we did.
And I think for nail salons, like we've worked at places where people were a lot more concerned about how it looked, and we want our space to look very cute, of course.
Yeah.
But there's furniture that is the chairs too low and the tables too high, and that killed our backs, killed our arms and shoulders.
Right.
You know,
Very
pedicure
ergonomic,
stools.
you
Yeah,
want
we
it.
want it very,
For all sizes
very
too.
practical.
Like, yeah.
We can do practical and cute.
Because our salon isn't like a typical walk-in salon where we don't have the pedicure chairs with the
Yeah.
massage,
Mhm.
which a lot of our clients actually like that. Every now and then the massage feels good, but some people say it's too rough, you know?
Mhm.
So they appreciate that. And I think stuff like that, that is a very expensive thing
Mhm.
that we chose to spend our money in other places,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I remember we built our pedicure platform. I sat in the pedicure stool, and we thought about like where exactly we'd want our clients' feet to be while
Yeah.
we're working.
Do people drink and have cocktails while you're
Oh
You
yeah,
guys
we
are-
serve
We always have
Prosecco.
prosecco.
really?
Mhm. Maybe I mean, I've done like a Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah,
But a lot of
margaritas.
people don't want to like
Yeah,
drink liquor or anything.
they're
Whenever.
coming from work or
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's what I always wonder is how do people have time to do it? Like it's in the middle of the day and it's 2.5 hours. You basically have to take the whole day off work.
I think self care since the pandemic, and I mean probably even with y'all's industry, you see that people will sacrifice the time, and also a lot of people work from home or they can make their schedule flexible.
I've had clients take conference calls while they're in my chair.
Yeah,
Do they?
it's actually pretty interesting to be
Yeah.
a part of this because I'll be like,
Right.
so what did so and so do?
Right.
They're firing someone as they're getting their nails done.
Yeah, it's pretty juicy. But yeah, I think a lot of people will sacrifice for it. We were nervous coming back from the pandemic
Right.
because everybody promoted like do your nails at home, like you're talking about. All that stuff
Right.
became so easily accessible, and we weren't sure if people were gonna want to do it coming back into the salon. But a lot of them were like, actually, yes,
Yeah.
we do.
A lot of everybody's prioritizing self care now. It's really great to see.
But we really appreciate our clients
Yes.
for being flexible with our schedules because it's not always easy to get in with us.
So
Yeah.
how do we get an appointment?
Yeah, good question.
I mean,
So-
what if we want to start a regimen like every 2 months
I think that would be a good starting point. Yeah.
and we
I-
just book it?
Yeah. So I
Mhm.
would book, if I could get you in the first time, let's go ahead and book your next 3 appointments. So you just know when you're coming in. It's on your calendar, it's on my calendar. And that way you're going to stick with your schedule.
Can
a lot
you do a
easier.
full shebang like hands and feet same day?
Mhm.
You
if we
can
schedule for that.
You
yeah.
just have to book it out.
Yeah.
I feel like
Well,
Because
so
it's 3.5
far.
hours.
Well, for men, it would probably be an hour and a
Yeah.
half.
2 with the pedicure, maybe at max
Yeah.
if we're running behind.
Depends on
Sometimes-
how
our day's
much we
going.
want to
That's not
relax.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much do you like people to talk to you while you're doing it?
I don't mind it.
You like talking?
Yeah, I love it. I will always ask, like, we know a lot of juice from our
Yes.
clients about their life or about things that are going on in the area. And so, yeah, I'm always talking. They say that I talk the most at work. So
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah.
quiet if I'm not there.
She's good with the questions.
Mhm.
She asks really good questions. She gets a lot of information out of people in a good way. They really open up to her well. I mean, sometimes maybe my morning clients might not talk as much, and then we start talking more as the day goes on after I've had more coffee. Sometimes the client leads conversation. Sometimes I do. It just kind of depends. Sometimes people want to be quiet during their whole appointment. And that's totally fine with me as well.
Yeah, I think I see that here in our clinic is the morning people, they roll in, they roll out, roll in, roll out. And then in the afternoon, it's just
Mhm.
Yeah.
hanging out, and it's a little more wild in the
Mhm.
afternoon because
Yeah.
people are just awake and they want to hang out.
Do you
Go
guys have? Well, I was wondering if you had a booklet of designs. Like, how do people know? Do they generally come in with like a picture on Instagram, or do you guys have like a display where you could kind of pick from?
We have a lot of clients bring in photo inspo off of Instagram, Pinterest. I actually just made this thing for my clients. Like, it's a display stand of like trendy nail art or
Yeah.
new nail products I got just to give people ideas. Some like nail artists I know, so they want to be prepared. So they want their client to send that nail art the night before or however many hours in advance of their appointment. I feel like we're spur of the moment. So we're like, just show us, and then I mean, it sometimes is good. Sometimes
Yeah.
like it would be helpful sometimes to have it pre-planned. But I think if I think about it too hard, then I'm just gonna be like,
Right.
So if somebody comes in and they want something that you know is going to look bad,
oh, I tell them, do you really want that?
that's when Tom had a mullet for a little while, I think
It was
people
kinda
were wondering if they should give it to him.
It was kind of sweet.
But I also kind of appreciate that because there's times when I walk in and I say, "Oh, I think this would look good," and then I appreciate their opinion and say, "No, you shouldn't do that. You do
And
something
that
different."
happens a lot too with if you want someone to pick a shade of a color that suits their skin tone or their nail length or
Mhm.
whatever. So yeah, we definitely always try to steer people in a certain direction.
And we
that
know
would look
what
best
they'll
on them.
like or
Yeah.
not. Like,
And then some people just have different tastes than us. And then you're probably not going to talk them out of it. So
you just
they
do
probably
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. What do you guys like to do for fun?
Go out to eat.
We like to eat a lot.
What's your favorite restaurant?
If it's like a girls' night,
We always go to
Lula
Lula
Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lula Drake, pillow pastas, cheese board,
Mhm.
some wine.
Yeah.
We recently got a MOA, and that was really fun with the husbands.
Yeah, that was
That was a
fun.
lot of fun. That was really
Yeah.
good.
We eat a lot and just hang out. I mean, I feel like our lives are pretty busy that we
Mhm.
work a lot.
And then what are your typical hours of operation? Are you guys somebody's there 7 days a week, or is it kind of?
No, so like the beauty of Canvas is that each one of us work for ourselves, so we make our own hours. So half the time, is Jesse coming in today or not? I don't know, but we kind of have a set schedule. So like I'm Wednesday through Sunday at work. Typically, I normally have like 8:30 to 7.
Gotcha.
That's how long my day is, and then she's normally Wednesday through Friday, and
My
then
official schedule is Wednesday through Friday, but more often than not, I might be taking clients on Monday, Tuesday.
Mhm.
Nice. So for us VIPers, we would probably
Yeah.
come in on like a Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, I would make it
Not
happen
the
for a Monday or
VIP.
Tuesday. I'd make it happen.
VIP days. I just wanted you guys to review your services so that the listeners and like where to find you guys, kind of your address, all that good
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Let us know how to find you. How do people find you?
So we're located in West Columbia at 1307 Augusta Road at Canvas Studio. Our Instagram is at Canvas Columbia. My Instagram is Jessie.thenailartist.
And my Instagram is at Catherine's Nails. And a lot of our services are on our social media. We do manicures, pedicures, natural nails, and nail art, all the fun things. We love to have a good time in there.
Love it. All right.
Sweet.
Well, thank
All
you for your time. Thanks for being
Thank
on
you.
here. Go
Thank
check them
you.
out.
Here
We're here for the health of it.
for the health of it.